In high school, my best friend came over the day before my birthday to have a sleepover, and I was hiding up in my room as teenagers are prone to do. And my best friend was downstairs getting something from the kitchen, and my mom pulled her aside and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about throwing a little surprise party for Kate's birthday tomorrow, and I was wondering if you could get her to clean her room, because for some reason moms think that when you have guests over, the first thing they're going to do is run up to your room and take a bunch of pictures of it and shame you with them on the internet." So she said, "Could you get Kate to clean her room, but don't tell her that I'm throwing her a surprise party?" And my best friend said, "You can count on me, Mrs. Smith." She came upstairs and I was lying on my bed and she said, "Hey, I just had like a really fun idea. What if we cleaned your room tonight?" And I was like, pass. And she said, "Come on, you'll love having a clean room. You know, you always feel so much better. Let's just clean your room." And I said, "Nope, this is my winter room. This is just what it looks like. I've grown accustomed to that." And she went, "You know, I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I was just downstairs talking to your mom, and she said that she's so angry, and if you don't clean your room tonight, she's getting rid of your dog." And I went, "What? No." And she said, "Yeah, she said that if you can't take care of your room, how can you take care of a dog? And she thinks maybe if you don't have a dog, you'll be able to keep your room cleaner and get better grades." I don't know why she felt the need to pull my grades into this lie, but she did. I had no reason not to believe her. We've known each other since we were babies. She was my very best friend at the time. Obviously, I'm devastated. I mean, not only is this my dog, but I'd had this dog my whole life. I had not known life yet without this dog. I break down in tears. I'm full snot sobbing into my pillow. Just a wreck. And this is the moment when she should have thought, "Ooh, I took it too far," and told me the truth. But did she? No. She committed to the bit like a psychopath. She started cleaning my room and she had the audacity to catch an attitude about it. She's cleaning my room and she's kind of angry, and through my tears and like blowing of my nose, I was like, "I'm so sorry, you don't have to do that." And she said, "Yeah, you know what? I actually do, because I love you and I don't want you to lose your dog. And obviously that's going to happen because you can't get up to clean your room." What? So then, for the rest of the night, I'm not only sobbing, but I am thanking her profusely for being my hero, my angel, and cleaning my room, because I'm too broken to do it in the moment, because my main source of unconditional love has been threatened. And I'm just like, "You're such a good friend. You're such an amazing friend. I love you so much." Meanwhile, I'm talking about how much I don't like my mom, because I'm so furious with her at this betrayal, right? And my poor mom's downstairs like, "I wonder if she wants cream cheese frosting on her cake or chocolate frosting on her cake." And I was upstairs like, "And another thing about my mother." So it was awful. And the next morning is my birthday. I wake up still furious because my friend hasn't told me the truth yet. And she goes downstairs after a couple of hours. My mom hasn't seen me in all this time, but she doesn't think it's weird because hiding out in my room was like my main hobby as a kid. So she goes downstairs and she says, "Hey, Mrs. Smith, when's this surprise party kicking off?" And my mom said, "Oh, you know what? I made some phone calls last night and it's actually really hard to get people to show up last minute. I mean, there were some people who could come, but I just didn't feel like it was enough for a full-on party. So I think I'm just not going to do it. But that's fine because you didn't tell her, right?" And my friend went, No, I actually went to great lengths to not tell her." And my mom said, "Oh, perfect. So we'll just have a regular birthday for her then." And again, my mom's oblivious to all of this. And my friend is like, "Okay, I have to find a way to snap Kate out of this mood she's in." And she comes upstairs and she said, "Do you want to know something hilarious?" And I said, "I guess so." And she said, "Your mom never threatened to get rid of your dog." And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, I just told you that to get you to clean your room because she was going to throw you a surprise party today." And of course I'm still furious, but I was like, "Oh, are there people downstairs? Should I go to my surprise party right now?" And she said, "That's what's so funny. Nobody wanted to come. And so I did all of that for nothing. Isn't that hilarious?" And I was just like, that you should run.
My husband's girl best friend tried inviting herself to stay at our house while she is in town. Ready with me, anonymous story time. I'm just curious to know, what are your thoughts about your man having a girl best friend? My husband and his girl best friend have been friends since they were kids. We're gonna give her the name Jessica. Jessica and my husband were very close growing up, and then Jessica ended up moving her last year of high school, but they did remain in contact. I personally have never met Jessica, and she refuses to have any contact with me. Red flag, right? I think the crazy part is that she has voiced to my husband that it makes her uncomfortable that I want to talk to her. But the thing is, like, dude, you're my man best friend. Like, I want to know who you are. And also too, I do want to throw out there that they have had feelings for each other in the past, but it was never during the same time, which is why they never move forward with a relationship. Many say I am a strong soldier for even allowing my husband to have a best friend. But if we're being honest, I'm not really too concerned about cheating. I also want to throw out there that my husband has never been the type of person to hide his phone. In fact, there are a lot of times where whenever he is texting her, he literally will open the message in front of me and like things like that. So I honestly trust my husband. But the thing is, like, I'm starting to get this like gut intuition that she is starting to get feelings for my husband again. Without me even having to tell my husband, he ended up having a conversation with her because I guess there were certain times where he kind of just realized that she was acting a little bit flirty and he personally did not like that. So honestly, that's another reason why I'm not really too worried, because the fact that my husband took initiative and told her to back off just kind of just gave me that reassurance that if he really was the one cheating, or if he was doing something sneaky behind my back, then he would have not done that. Or could I be wrong? Okay, so here is a little bit of my issue. Basically, my husband ended up coming up to me and he told me that Jessica is coming in town and that she wants to stay at our house. Like, you're telling me that the girl who's never wanted to meet me wants to stay at my house? What? I'm not even a jealous person, and I'm not even worried about my husband doing anything with her. Like, I really genuinely trust my husband, but it's just the fact that this girl had the audacity to feel comfortable staying at my house, but she's not comfortable meeting me. Like, how does that make sense? Like, you're literally staying at my house but you don't want to meet me. Like, I ended up telling my husband that I do not want her to stay at my house because, first of all, my husband can't even get those days off from work. So imagine it's literally gonna be me and my husband's best friend in my house. Like, I'm just not gonna feel comfortable. Like, the fact that she didn't even want to meet me and she's gonna stay at my house and it's literally just gonna be her and I, like, no thank you. See, and the problem here is I would have been okay if we were all friends, but the thing is she never wanted to meet me for whatever reason. Like, I do not care if my husband has a best friend as long as I get to meet her and we are all friends. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really that girl. But the fact that he had to go to her and have that conversation and say to back off because he literally has a wife, to me was a little bit alerting. Again, like, I'm not really too worried on his end, but she is the one who I don't trust. So yes, I do feel very uncomfortable having a stranger, because she may not be a stranger to him, but she's a stranger to me. I don't feel comfortable having a stranger in my home for more than 4 days. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. If you're wondering what my husband thinks about all of this, he basically let me make the decision. If I don't want her here, then he's totally okay with it, and if I'm okay with her being here, then he's totally okay with it. Like, he honestly doesn't care. He just wants me to be okay with it and comfortable. If you know me, you know I'm the type of person where I just feel bad like standing up for myself. Like, I don't know, it's so annoying. I've been like this since I grew up. And so I'm just like, what if I just help her pay for a hotel? Like, she doesn't have to stay with me, but I can like help her. Me and my husband can help her get a hotel. But at the same time, I'm like, why do I have to pay a hotel for someone who I don't even know? Like, that's his best friend. And at the same time too, like, if you are booking a trip and you have nowhere to stay, then why even book a trip in general? You get. Please let me know down below if I am being unreasonable or if I have a right to be cautious. If you made it this far, the story times are